You've had a few days to settle down after the absolute example of racism still is there in Spain, around the world. But how's your feelings towards that Vinny Jr. situation? I've got 20 years.
First of all, I'd like to greet everybody in the mighty name of Yeshua the King.
Yep.
Secondly, with regards to the Vinny thing, bro, was he surprised? I wasn't surprised at what took place. What surprised me really was the reaction. It's been going on for how long? Vinny Jr. has been getting this kind of treatment for how long?
It's
not Valencia. It's not just Valencia games. He's been getting this all season. So, for what they've said, and then look what they've done. They banned him for 5 games. Then they suspended it. Now it's down to 3. And they give him some paltry £45,000 fine. What's that?
Bro,
What's that? No deterrent, bro. As I says, until the teams suffer for their fans, it's never going to be a deterrent. So, for instance, as you heard me say many times, teams whose fans racially abuse opposing players, automatic game abandon, 3 points to the opposition. That's what should happen.
But
because I'm sure if that starts to happen, teams, clubs will be talking with their fans and telling them, yo, your chanting could cost us a place in the league or whatever. So the only way to deter that is to have some form of punishment that the club will feel for themselves. Until that day happens, nothing's going to happen. It's just going to be token gestures of closing the game for 5 games. Then it gets, on appeal, it gets cut down to 3. And then it's just a joke, bro.
Bro, you know what is so deep? It's even the way they set up Vinny through the VAR, the way they just put the video on the one part where he flinged out, and in the meantime, man was getting choke slammed. He was put in a sleeper hold for literally 15 seconds and they never showed that. Bro, but I know they sacked the guys. I know
it's just abuse, and it's just abusing your situation, your power. You're VAR assistant, but obviously you're either anti-Madrid or you are anti-black. Take your pick.
I'm afraid I'll go with the and you know what, he did mention something, and I said this in one of my little commentary things, because I done a little commentary thing the other day, and I said, Anthony, for me the difference with Vinny, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Romario, and all these guys, let's be real, Vinny is a black man, unapologetically, you know what I mean, bro? Like the whole, like, the man had little curly hair and little bit of there's the guesswork of it. Listen, man, the brother's a black man, you know what I mean? Bantu tribe all day long, bro, and he can't blight out, and bro, he's been getting it out of order, and as far as I'm concerned, to be in the 10th case and they're just about now having to go through all this, bro, it's 10th case, bro. It should be dealt with. FIFA, what are you doing? But again, I don't think the system will do anything, Anthony. It takes for the manager and the players, it takes for white ally Ancelotti, and the goalkeeper, to stop talking after the game and talk in the game and get the players off the pitch. Because let's be real, a comment made by a US footballer said, you just take it and carry on. I think a lot of black players are so traumatized, bro, with just taking the rubbish, that it would take for a disgusted white man to say, let's go. I don't think black players will come together, bro, because they are so expected of being abused that they won't do it. You know what I'm saying, bro? That's where I'm at with the black ballers, them. You get where I'm coming from?
I fully hear you, bro. I fully hear you.
They're so used to it.
For me, I hear what you're saying. The only black baller I could see ever doing something, well, I know he did something, he walked off the pitch. Mario Balotelli.
And you think that's the least guy? And did you hear what we were...
Mario Balotelli.
Yeah.
Would not be having that. He's not having that rubbish, bro. He's not having it.
Yeah, man.
And he makes it known. He makes you know, I'm not having it.
Yeah.
Boateng was another one. Boateng.
Yeah. Prince Boateng. Yeah.
He's the next one. He made up. You see, and that's what I'm saying, bro. And it's gonna take. I don't think there's no brothers in the Premiership, if that's what you mean. I don't think there's no brothers in the Premiership who will take it to that situation. I don't think I really don't think there is. I don't really see no former black geezer who's gonna think, you know what, I've had enough. I'm not having this, and I'm walking off. I can't. Looking at me, thinking through the Premiership teams and that, I can't really see nobody like that.
You don't like, there wasn't no, and dare I say, like a back in the day, Ian Wright in this era, like, you know, the one there still, yeah, where you can see, yo, bro, he's going in hard. Like, there are a lot of guys, bro, with just assimilated guys who have played the game and have had the good life and they don't see it. You know what I mean? They're blinded to it. Well, they don't want to see it, you know. So, Rio did something about it. And you know what I was a bit embarrassed about, bro? With all the black platforms out there, I was watching DR Sports and they just mentioned it at the end. For me, it's the first thing you talk about, but they said, oh yeah, let's talk about this. I know Rio got vexed and he did, I must admit, he was like, yo, right at the beginning, he said, I've texted Vinny, I've touched base with him, I've put my post up there. But again, I know you have a few, I wouldn't say issues with Rio, but you've noted a few times.
No, I've got no issues with Rio Ferdinand. I respect Rio Ferdinand as a footballer.
Yeah.
I just felt at the time with all his brother. John Terry, he moused it out. That's all. But,
yes. Yeah, you know, that's right. Thanks for correcting me.
He had the opportunity to talk his talk, bro. And I just think he chose to just mouse it out.
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah. And I
you know.
Yeah.
But I don't. You see, one thing I will say, they can all say, I've reached out to Vinny, but did they do it with the same energy when the Super League was going to come out? No, they didn't, bro. Remember the energy? All the professionals came out the Super League.
Yeah.
Understand? So if all the black ex-pros came out with that same energy, we'd be going in the right direction.
You know, when I listen to Talk Sport, and you know when you listen to them ex-footballers, the guys that like the same age as Rio, round about that generation of guys, and maybe a bit older, and when you hear them talk, and it's so funny, because I said something, and one of the guys commented about, Roger, why you say it's so cringe listening to white players talking about the racism? I said it's cringe because they were next to players being abused. Full stop.
Yeah, of course.
Full stop. And when they're now talking, it don't stand for it. And you're thinking, bro, you watched.
Where was you? Well, 10 years ago?
10, 15. Like I said, yes, it's so you grow a pair now.
Bro, we all know the fact of the matter is they didn't want to say anything at the time because they were playing.
Yeah.
They were still professionals, and they were too scared to open up and stand up for what they knew was right and what knew was wrong. But now that they're not in that professional capacity where they can say they've got a different platform, it won't affect their wage, it won't affect their, they're in direct employers.
It benefits them much to talk about it.
So they can say about it now, but when they was in football and could have made a difference while they was in football, you know, they choose not to. I mean, look at society. We look at the society. Remember, they did the thing. There's no institutionalized racism. So how comes that big policeman left the police force the other day and he left his message that there is racism in the police force? Now he's a policeman big policeman, you know, big police. You know, and he's come out and said what he says, and they put, thank you for that message. Hello, but then we have surveys that there's no institutionalized racism, but man's in there and he's come out and said there's racism in this situation. What gets done about it? Nothing. But the footballers too afraid to say, I play for blah blah blah, and I've been racially abused.
Well,
within my club, maybe, I don't know.
And the thing is, what it is through their eyes and through their context. They're not listening to our context, bro. And at the end of the day, so it's to their benefit, because end of the day, why would you shout out to a highly qualified Anthony and Roger, but they're not getting the opportunities? Because we'll take your job. So it benefits you to shut your mouth. You know what I mean? It's not until you're really to struggle. So that's what it is, guys. And listen, we want to see change 100%, guys. But we need you. Yes, white allies as well. We need you. And professional footballers, as Anthony says. Bun the ref. Refs are part of a system that is racist. Lance has been on here. And let's be real, we haven't had a black referee since Uriah Rennie. How many years is that? And that's since Man United won the FA Cup. Them days there, ain't it? Against Newcastle. That's when Shearer's playing it. Yeah, it's them days, isn't it?
Shearer's still about them days.
Yeah, and Ruud Gullit was manager of Newcastle. Yeah, it's them days where and we haven't had a black referee. Yeah, you telling me, Anthony, that we haven't had a good enough black referee from our community? And we've got to trust that system. And me and Anthony don't even want to start about the video evidence we got on our YouTube channel about Clarendon football team. Let's talk about referees and referee decisions. It's absolutely a joke. You know what I mean? I remember when you first came over to the game, Anthony, and I know he was like almost going, am I seeing things in the referee? I thought this is the Christian League. You saw things where you think this is beyond incompetence. But I remember that game. We was in the cup game, and the guy kicked me from behind, and the referee said it's by accident, so it's not a penalty. He kicked me down, but that's all good fun anyway, guys.